OMG, what? Follow E. OMG, who? Follow E. OMG, yeah, follow E. Who that be? Yeah, that be me. Follow E. What's up? OMG, follow E. Gang, gang, gang. What's going on out there in YouTube world today, baby? Well, today, y'all, we are going to sit here and we're going to grill on the griller. We're going to grill salmon. And we're going to grill shredded Brussels sprouts. Okay, y'all? Let me get a thumbnail. Okay, y'all. So let's get started on this. But before we get started, I would like to thank the mothers, the fathers, grandparents, auntie, cousin, brothers and sisters, anybody that is taking care of kids, mentoring kids. I would like to tell you that I appreciate you. And I thank you so much for all that you do. You deserve it. Okay, y'all? All right, y'all. We're going to get started on the prep part first before we warm this up and get it hot and cooking it, okay? I'm going to sit this right here for a second. And then we're going to take this and move this over here for a second because I'm going to need some aluminum foil, okay? And the reason why I'm using the aluminum foil is because I want to keep everything on this salmon smoked inside of this aluminum foil and keeping it tender and not dried out. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with a little olive oil on the bottom. Okay. I'm just going to rub this on the bottom, okay? Now, this is just a quick, easy thing. You can do this in a cast iron skillet. This is something you don't have to put in the oven if you don't want to. You could do it in a cast iron skillet. And if y'all would like me to show y'all, I don't mind showing y'all how I do it on the stove. But it's going to be the same thing. All right, so we have our olive oil. And we want to rub some of it on the bottom. And then we want to rub some on top of the salmon. Just a little bit. We don't want to use a lot. Just a little bit, okay? All right. So, what we're going to do is we're going to start off with our salt. And I'm using pink salt. So, let's get started. I'm not going to use a lot, okay, because I'm not a big salt person. So, am I messing this up? Okay, there we go. A couple of little sprinkles on the top and on the bottom. Yes, I'm messing this up. I'm always gripping the part that I'm not supposed to grip on this one. Okay. Then we're going to go with some garlic powder. Sprinkle, 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 sprinkle. Sprinkle, 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 sprinkle. Okay, then we're going to use some onion. Gotta have that onion powder. Gotta have that onion powder. Okay, sprinkle, sprinkle, sprinkle. And y'all, I'm going to have some stuff to talk about today too. So I'm going to get started on some of it while it's cooking. Onion powder, garlic powder, salt. We're not going to forget our pepper. Gotta get that pepper, baby. I feel like I am going to be sweating once I get this going. And then we're going to use a little bit of Old Bay. A little Old Bay. A little Old Bay. Okay. A little Old Bay. Alrighty. So those are the seasonings we're going to use. And we're going to massage it in our meat. On the sides, in the crevices, everything that's going on. Okay, y'all? Let me wipe my hands. Let me wipe my hands. Okay, and then to top it off, we're going to use a lemon. Some lemon juice. You got to have this lemon juice, baby. You just got to. Use as much as you like, because I'm going to use as much as I like, okay? I'll save a little bit for afterwards, a little juice afterwards. Let me pick off my little seeds here. And so what we're going to do is now we're going to make us a pocket. We are going to make us a nice little good old pocket. How y'all day today out there? Try to fold this end up a little bit. Bring this around like that. And we're going to fold these ends up like this. And don't worry, y'all. Don't worry yourselves, okay? Just don't. Don't worry yourself about this. I should have brought me a trash can over here, but I didn't. It's all right. So we got that together. And with this being said, we're going to put a little bit of olive oil on here. Just drench us a little bit of olive oil. Okay. And we're going to add us some black pepper. I'm going to try not to sneeze. Get too caught up in there. I like me some black pepper. We're going to add us some garlic powder. Garlic. And we're going to add us some onion powder as well. A couple of little squeeze of that. Because remember, we got to toss this around. We got to toss this salad around, okay? Don't pay me no attention, y'all. Okay. And then we're going to put some salt in here, okay? Let me not grip the wrong part. All right, that's enough. Don't want to do too much. Now let's get a good mix going on right here. Get it all mixed up, okay? You don't have to add too much oil because we're going to use a little bit of bacon fat, okay? So that's going to help as well. So we just want to kind of get this tossed all around and everything. And I grated this myself, shredded, grated, whatever. Okay. And there we go. So y'all, I will be right back. I am going to go and get this hot and we're going to get started, okay? So I'll see you in a minute. What? See you in a minute. See you in a minute. What? See you in a minute. Boom. Okay, y'all, I'm back. So I have this heated on 350. Wait a minute. I'm sorry, 165, somewhere up in there. So we're going to go ahead and let this start getting hot on this side, okay, y'all? And then on the other side, I told you I had a little bacon fat. So we're going to use this bacon fat. A little bit of this bacon fat. Ooh. And we're going to add our onions. Ooh. Ooh. I don't want to pop myself. Add a little more bacon fat up in here. That smells good already, baby. Alrighty. Now we're gonna add our Brussels sprouts. I'm gonna just cook all of this. All righty. Get that money, baby. Get that money. Today I will be drinking water in my offering cup. What in my offering cup? Okay. Y'all, this smells so good. Oh, it smells so good. How y'all day out there today? If I didn't ask, I might have asked. But if I didn't, how y'all doing out there today? I'm going to put a little bit more of this bacon fat up in here. Just a little bit more towards this back here. This looks so good. It smells so good. And y'all can add like carrots and carrots, like shredded carrots in here if you want to. You don't have to, but if you wanted to, you could. We're not trying to cook it too fast. We're really not. So while we cooking, we're going to be talking a little bit too about a couple of little shows that I have seen on TV that was coming on. The one I do want to talk about, number one, is anybody seen the show off of HBO called Scenes from a Marriage? Oh my gosh. If you have, please leave comments down below of what you thought of it. I wasn't a fan of the last episode. I got it. But I still wasn't a fan of the last episode. But the episode before the last one, oh my goodness, it was something else. For those who haven't seen it, it is about a couple that end up going through some marriage issues, having some marriage issues. And I don't know how to really explain it, but I'm going to get to the point, basically the point of it. The guy wife on there, she decided she wanted to leave her family. She had already had an abortion, and she said she didn't feel like her marriage would survive another baby. Okay, let me flip this over on this side and let it be cooking a little bit over there. She didn't feel her relationship would survive another baby. So she got an abortion, and I guess her husband went along with it, even though the episode I saw, he wanted another baby. He wanted to have another baby with his wife. But at this point, she didn't want another baby. She just didn't. She called herself going through a lot, having the abortion and everything. But you didn't have to have the abortion. You chose to have that abortion. He was with you. He was going to stand by you in the whole 9 yards. But you chose to want the abortion. So, therefore, you started mistreating him. You go out on business and you meet this man. You're 40-something years old. This guy is 29 years old. Not 39, but 29. So, he didn't want to let you go, and you decide you didn't want to stay with your husband. So, you turn around here and you decide that you're going to move out in the dead of the cold, spend the night in the bed with your husband, and everything trying to make it all smooth for him, that you leaving in the whole 9 yards. That wasn't cool. It wasn't the right way to go about it in the whole 9 yards. He was pleading, asking her to go to counseling, do everything but leave him and the daughter. So she basically gave the daddy full custody of the daughter and just said, you're a great dad. You will take care of everything. I'll help financially. I'll do this. I'll do that. These are done. I'll do this, I'll help you this, I'll help you that. And basically the very next morning, she went to packing with the hangers on the clothes still on the hanger, everything. Why the man end up packing her clothes up for her? He's a good man, because, baby, I would have just let her walk on out the door if that's what she really, really wanted to do. If she really just wanted to walk, I would have let her walk. You hear me? But he packed her clothes and helped her to basically leave out the house. But before she left, he tried his best to hug her. And she shrugged him off of her so bad. I mean, it was so bad the way she did him. I felt so sorry for him. I really, really did. So for 2 years, he basically tried his best to get his wife back and everything. I'm trying to make it fast by giving y'all some of the, you know, little highlights of it. He tried his best for like 2 years. He had been basically not being with anybody. I think he was dating a little bit. But he was like not being with anybody for real, because he really wanted his family. He really wanted his family. And she didn't. She just did not want her family, period. She did not. It was just sad. It was sad. It was so sad. It was so sad. I might have to put a little more salt on that. But that's okay, because I left it on the table. And we're going to have some, what is this? Sweet and sour sauce? Asian sour sauce, something like that. Anyway, for the topping of this right here. So anyway, when it all boiled down, 2 years later, he finally got the divorce papers. They had them read over. I'm gonna turn this up a little bit to 180 to try to get this done. So they have read over, came up with the proper decision for the both of them as far as co-parenting with their daughter. And so she turns around here on the day that he done packed up the house. He wanted her to come through, look at the inventory, making sure that she got everything that she wanted and everything. And so she was acting real weird. Now, beforehand, she wanted to divorce him. She wanted to be gone, rid, good day. She told the man, he was like, we can fix this, we can fix this. She said, I'm not attracted to you, so how we gonna fix that? I mean, this is how cold this woman was towards this man. And so he ended up, that was a very hurtful thing for her to say to him. Very, very hurtful. Y'all don't think this is not cooking. It is cooking. I'm just applying pressure on it to kind of like get it to, you know, hurry up a little bit. So I don't want to burn it either. So he get the divorce papers. They end up having relations. And she was like, well, let's go out. Like, it's nothing like, now you didn't want to be seen, didn't want to have nothing to do with this man. You want to go out and have some kind of night on the town or whatever. He trying to wait on the movers to come, even though he did what he did. He was trying to wait on the movers to come and everything. And he was like, well, go ahead and sign these papers. And then once we get through eating, you can leave and go from there. You know, you don't have to come back here. She didn't want to do that, baby. She didn't want to sign them papers. Anyway, just to make a long story short, he ended up looking at her. He was like, you don't want to sign them papers, do you? And she was like, I can't say it. I can't say it. I want to come home. This is what she'll say after, you done dogged this man now for over 2 years. He said he remember one time that she was getting ready to go. And he said when she left, it wasn't no goodbyes, no nothing. She just left. And he said that he told her that he sat down and prayed for the first time in a long time that she would turn around and come back to the house. And she didn't. And so at that point, he basically had made up his mind that his marriage was really, 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 really over. And so they end up, she just could not accept that he did not want her. She could not accept it. She wanted her life back. And in the end, he was like, this is crazy. He decided she had lost her job. The man she was with that was 29 years old, she in her 40s, about to hit 50. He wanted kids, and he wanted her to go and have the kids, get it over with. She goes to the doctor. She gets on fertility drugs, but she never goes and pick it up because she didn't want no more children. She didn't want no more children. She didn't want any more children. And so She tell her husband all of this here, and he didn't feel anything, no nothing, no remorse, no nothing, because he had been left by her, you know. And so after he done left her, after that, then she getting mad because he wants the divorce. He wants her to sign the papers. He wants to move on. He was like, I have no feelings, no emotions, no nothing. I just want to move on. And baby, she started hitting on the man, child. She wanted to beat the man up. How you gonna beat somebody up that you left? You left him. That show was amazing to me. But this is stuff that happens all the time. All the time. I feel like in my relationship, if I'm going to leave my husband, I'm not going to leave my husband for another man. I'm going to leave my husband for reasons of our issues, not reason of leaving my husband for another man. I'm not going to do that, but I'm going to exhaust all possibilities before I get to that point. Before it even get to that point, I'm going to exhaust all possibilities. Y'all, if y'all do it this way, especially in the cast iron skillet, I promise y'all, it doesn't take no more than about 5 minutes, especially if you put a top on it. You do 5 minutes one way, 5 minutes the other way. And by this being a thicker cut, I need to let it stay on just a little while longer. But I'm going to check it out and see what it looked like on the inside. Got to see what it looked like. Because we're not going to eat raw, even though I do eat, you know, sushi. And I use the thicker aluminum foil so it won't burn. You hear that, y'all? Y'all hear that? And y'all, all the juices is still in here. I'm trying to told y'all. Let me see. Oh, look at that done salmon. That salmon is done, baby. Do you hear me? Look at that. Can y'all see that? That is done. That is completely, utterly done. And how much time did that take? None. And we're going to use these juices that's left from that lemon and all of that flavor too. We're not going to drop that. We're not going to let that go. Let me turn this off. Unplug this mug. Okay. Let me move this back over here. Y'all, excuse me. So anyway, I feel like she got her just desserts. She didn't think about her family, didn't think about her daughter. She didn't think about anything. And even if you look at the show, you know he didn't do it for revenge. He just was so hurt and he had got over it that he didn't want to go backwards. He just didn't want to go backwards. And I couldn't blame him. Not one bit. I couldn't blame him. As a man, I really, really couldn't blame him. And the fact that he was a good man, that was the, you know, the camel that broke the straw that broke the camel's back. I was going to say that wrong. Okay. Let me give you a couple of paper towels here. Put it up here. My knife and my fork. Move this out the way. Grab my Asian sauce right here. I think it's a sour Asian sauce, something like that. And we're going to squeeze a little more lemon juice on here. Why not put it on everything? Can we see everything? Let me turn it this way. Put it on everybody, okay? Let me see. One little seed fell out of him. Okay. Hopefully I remember I put that there. If not, let's just go ahead and dump it. All right. Let's get our pray on. Thank the Lord for this food that I'm about to receive. Let it be nourishing to my body and strengthen my health. In Jesus' name, amen. Put some respect on it. Okay. This is a very, very quick, easy meal. And I didn't cook every Brussels sprouts. This straighted up about 4 Brussels sprouts that made this plate really nice. And they were very nice size. They weren't little. They were very nice size. But let me taste this first. Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. I don't even know. My thing was, what did she expect? I don't know. Was she trying to put her husband on layaway until she was through with this guy or whatever? I didn't get that part. Oh, let me taste my salmon without. See how that came right on out? Moisture. It's not dry. This is what you need when you want a good salmon. I'm telling you, about 5 minutes, depending on how thick it is. This don't need no egg and salt. Not for real. Okay. So, you're going to leave your husband, your daughter, and live with a whole nother life, with a whole nother man. Didn't want to have his baby. What was you, why did you leave your house? That part I just didn't understand. If you wasn't going to be fully committed, you had to know this man at 29 would want to have kids, didn't you? Did you not discuss that with him? This is good. And the Asian sauce will give it a little bit of a kick. Not too much. So you don't have to spice it up. Sweet chili sauce. That's what it is. Some sweet chili sauce. You also can do like a garlic butter. And let's mince some garlic up really, really fine. About 2, just depends on how much you have. About 2 cloves or a clove and a half. Saute it a little bit. Add the butter in there and melt it. A little onion powder in it. And voila, you got it. Baby, this is falling up. It's breaking up. Because it's so good. This is so good. But if y'all want to see what I'm talking about, please. That woman was so mad she couldn't get her way with that husband when he walked out that door. It was his turn to walk away from her. Y'all hear me? This is good. I'm eating very proper today. It's called Scenes from a Marriage. I wish I had brought my pepper sauce over here. And you can cook this down as long as you want. If you want it to be not as crispy. I didn't want mine to be mushy, but I want it to be good and still Brussels sprouty-ly. This is so good. Look at how that piece just came off. Yeah. Y'all, this is my lunch. So I won't be finishing this because I gotta get back on the clock. But it will be eaten. It's not going in Miss Garbage. This is so good. Y'all, this is so good. So I went to Family Dollar to grab like some paper towels and some tissue, and I was in the checkout aisle, and the Alabama fans. Now y'all just lost last week, and you still hollering Roll Tide. I got on the wrong clothes and all that. So this young lady, she gonna holler and say Roll Tide. I told her, y'all roll right on to a loss with us though. To an unranked team. She was like, I can't stand you. I said, how you can't stand me when you just met me? They could take it, they can dish it, but they could not take it. And so, I'll be laughing at them because they think they can just say anything they want to say to an Auburn fan. And you don't have no comeback. I'm the comeback queen, okay? Because I'm going to hit you with actuals and factuals. But this is how you could tell when an Alabama fan can't talk about the present. They always go to the past. I was a little girl then when you was watching all that, keeping them stats. Bring all that up to me. Because that's like, womp, womp. So, moving on from seeing from a marriage. Y'all, it's a mess. Y'all got to see it. And maybe some people can relate to it. And tell me how you handled your situation in that type of scene. I want to talk about the Housewives of Potomac. It is said that Nicki Minaj will be doing the reunion show. It is also said that Nicki Minaj has some very choice words for Candace. I hope so. I cannot wait to see it. I'm going to say this about Candace's husband, Chris. I think you are a very stand-up dude. I really do. I give you your props, dude. Because you got to have the patience of Job to deal with Candace and her mouth. Candace is a me, me person. She did that last season when it came to Monique. Everybody wanted to put Monique down for her behavior and how she was coming at Candace. But if you give me a come get you, come take this, what you gonna do box and put it up under the Christmas tree. And when I open it, you don't like what happened after that, that's your fault. Because you giving me the invite and the invitation. It's up to me whether I take on that invitation or not. You can invite somebody to do something to you, and when it's done, you want to cry and play the victim role. Monique should have never been off the show because you turned around and you did it this time to Mia. Same thing. Same thing. Mia not scared of you. Mia gonna say what she won't say out her mouth. Now, was she wrong for calling your video low budget? Yes, she was wrong. But it's only low budget if you think it's low budget. Your husband had just talked to you earlier when you was fighting with Mia that you need to be the bigger person sometime, even though you don't want to be. And sometime in life, you do. You have to be the bigger person. I'm not good at being her. I am not good at that. I admit it. But I'm learning. Even at my age, I'm learning where changes have to come into your life. And sometimes being the bigger person is the best route to go. Because in the end, it make them look more stupid than it make you. Okay? Okay. And her problem was with Monique last year was the fact that Monique asked you to stop putting your hand in her face and you turn around and ask somebody else to do it, but then you doing this too. You doing your finger thing. If you don't want nobody to put their hand in your face, keep your hand out of their face. Everybody kept trying to tell you what that girl, what me and mama had been going through, struggling with drugs. And you saying your mama this, your mama that, your mama this, your mama that. You said you didn't care. You didn't care. Because you don't want to be disrespected. So, if you're going to be disrespected, you're going to disrespect her. You can disrespect me all day long. You can say what you want to say about me all day long. But Miss Hill, it's not going to come out your mouth. And then you expect me to sit there and be quiet about it. No. I don't have to put my hands on you. But I'm going to say some things I want to say. And they're not going to be pretty. Not pretty at all. I don't condone fighting, but I do condone you taking up for yourself. If you have to, do the best that you can. Knuckle it out. No weapons, no nothing. Knuckle it out. If you have to protect yourself. I ain't saying sit there and be a patsy and let somebody just slap on you and hit on you or whatever. I will tell you to protect yourself. But don't put yourself in no position where you're inviting somebody to do something to you. Don't do that. That's one thing I will stand on. Don't invite nobody. Y'all, this was good. Only thing I would do different, even though you taste the render of the bacon fat, the grease, I still would rather fry my bacon and crumble it up in here too. I would love to still do that. I cannot lie about that. I would love to still do that. And what other part I wanted to talk about? Giselle and Robin. I like Giselle and I like Robin. But I feel that Robin should let Giselle fight her own battles with whoever she's mad at the time, whether it's Karen. Stay out of it, Robin. Don't have an opinion of it, Robin. If it's where Giselle is going off on what is her name? Did I write her name down? I like to write the names down. I'm so bad with names. I could not think of her. The new lady that's on there, that was on there last season. I cannot think of her name, and I know once I turn this off, I'm think of it. Even if Robin is going in with Wendy. Wendy was her name. Wendy is her name. Giselle, stay out of it. Don't have no opinion, because if it's not towards you, then you should not have an opinion. Let them duke it out, so everybody can stay friends, and maybe people can make up better with people if they would stop choosing sides. If you're all friends, be friends, and as y'all fall out, let the individual fall out with that person until they fix it. That's the way I look at it. I don't like the take sides syndrome. Don't take sides. Just don't do that. Because if you're wrong, you're wrong. And Giselle, you have been wrong a lot. Being that you used to be the first lady and all. You have been extremely mean to Karen. And I like Miss OG Karen, baby. The Grande Dame. I love her. But like Ashley calling her out. Chris, which is Candace's husband. I told y'all I'm bad with names. Which is Candace's husband. By me saying he's such a stand-up dude, he gave Ashley, you know, like a compliment. He really don't have a problem with her husband, Michael. But they have had some choice words towards each other. But bygones can be, let bygones be bygones and move on. And then y'all know not to ever approach each other like that again. Y'all know where that safe place is not to approach each other like that. Okay? That's all I got to say. And so Chris told Ashley, I never said anything bad about Michael. She said, that's lies. He did say some things about him, you know, disrespecting the women on the show and all of that right there. And so Candace jumped in. I never said nothing about him. I never said nothing about Michael like that. She said, that's a lie. She said, you didn't call him a slave driver? She said, so what you calling me, a slave? And she said, I'm just saying he know how to control his servants. You don't call the lady a servant. But you want to say, me, what about my feelings? What about my thoughts? What about my emotions? Me. You need to write a record called Me, Because that's all that ever come up out of your mouth is what about me? You are a spoiled little privileged young lady that mama has tapped on top of her head and guided through life. Honey, I don't believe you even stepped on a rock or a hard place. I really don't. Because if you had learned from the Monique situation, that situation went Terry into this situation with Mia or with Ashley. So that proves them right. You are the common denominator of why the fighting go on. Giselle and Robin just saw it and said you didn't learn anything. You couldn't have. Now Monique is off the show because of your whining self. Because you decided to go and get a police report that you helped bring the situation to be the way that it was. Yeah, you could say somebody can keep their hands to themselves. They can keep their hands to themselves. But how many buttons are you going to continue to push before them hands come flying? I'm just saying. Girl, grow up. Like, seriously, grow up and stop thinking like you're like a cheerleader, a blonde cheerleader in school that don't recognize that you're wrong about some things. That's all I'm saying. All right, y'all. That show is a mess. Do you hear me? But I cannot wait till Nicki Minaj show up on that show. I want y'all to like, subscribe, hit that bell button. What? Hit that bell button. Comment down below. Whoop. Comment down below and come back following OMG. What? Follow E. OMG. Who? Follow E. OMG. Yeah. Follow E. Who that be? Hell, that be me. Peace. Boom.